Okay, Neil, so if I went home today or went to my office today and I started looking at my code and using the metrics you mentioned earlier, I found I had a problem. What can I do to address these issues? What are some simple things or how can I start paying back some of this debt?
So let's say you have some technical debt. We've identified that the software isn't behaving as it should do. We've identified perhaps that the documentation is out of sync with the code. We've identified there's not enough code coverage. The first thing you need to do is to bring in robust testing tools that provide as much automated support as possible. The complexity issue that I've mentioned means that we cannot do this by hand anymore. It makes no economic sense to do it by hand. Doing work by hand that can be automated is error prone. Developers are likely to make mistakes. We have robust solutions in VectorCast in the test harness, in the test case generation, the automatic test case generation, the coverage and the analyzer, and the manage solution that automatically do this work for you. So the ROI is very high in using a tool like this, particularly on a large code base. The investment in the tool is more than repaid by the time saving. So use the tool to generate the test cases that should have been written maybe years ago on the application to verify the behavior. That catches you up pretty quickly. We often find with many modules you can get 100% code coverage and also prove that there are no buffer overflows or no underflows or no denial of service attacks. We can do all these things through the dynamic testing engine. So the first thing to do is measure the technical debt. We have a dashboard system that can be used to compute the number of days that we would estimate it would need to complete the project to a certain code quality level, a functional safety standard, for example. So we'd have an estimate of maybe 50 days to complete the coverage and testing work on a project, and then obviously apply the baselining to catch that up and do in a matter of minutes, hours, what would normally take days, months, or even in some cases years if we did it by hand.